Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tomas Cardoso and today I'm going to show you how you can edit this photo to look like this with only your smartphone. The only app that I use to edit pictures on my phone is Lightroom CC. Lightroom CC is the same application that I use on my computer to edit all my photos, all my professionally edited photos. And let's be honest, I edited this picture on my computer, but I know that we can achieve similar results editing on the phone. And on iOS and Android, it's free. You don't get every feature like in the PC, but you can still do a lot and basically everything you might need. Okay, let's open up Lightroom. So when you install Lightroom, it will probably just look like this. So you just go to the second tab, click add a photo down there from camera roll, and I'm gonna choose the photo that we're gonna be editing today. Now you got your photo opened, we'll start editing. So first thing you must do, unless you really know what you're doing, is to straighten the photo. You go here to crop and try straighten. It will normally get it right. If it doesn't, you can fix it by sliding this like that, you see. But straighten usually does a good job. I personally think it did a good job in this picture, so I'm gonna keep it. You also have these buttons if you need to rotate your image because you shot it on landscape or whatever. If it's messed up, you can click that. Okay, click that. So first step is done. You fix your photo. Now you have to adjust your light. Light's very important in photography. Actually, light is everything in photography. So what you're gonna want to do here is, as this is a landscape photo, we want to retain as much detail in the sky as we can. So I'm gonna push the highlights down. See, you get more of the sky, and the shadows a bit up, so the dark parts of the image are also brought up and you can see more. And if you exaggerate too much, you'll get this faded look that I really don't like, but you might like. I just don't like it personally. So I'm just gonna, 68 is a lot already. I'm also going to give a bit less on the blacks so it doesn't lose every piece of contrast that it had. And add a bit of contrast to 15 maybe. If you want to see the before and after, all you gotta do is just press the screen, long press and release, and you'll see the before and after. And lighting already did a pretty good job. I think I'm just gonna pull the highlights a bit more down. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Okay, now the most fun part is mixing the colors. You go to the color tab and you can adjust your temperature, your photo temperature. I'm not gonna show you this in this video, but it's a bit harder because you only have 2 sliders, and it's much easier to adjust the hue, saturation and luminance of the colors. So how you can adjust the HSL is by clicking mix, and now you can adjust every color separately. It's like a channel and you just move it. If you move the hue, you alter the tone. If you adjust the saturation, you adjust the saturation of that particular color. And if you adjust the luminance, you're adjusting the lighting of that particular color. So I like to start with orange. And I'm gonna pull it all the way, not all the way, like that, to the red side. I'm gonna give it saturation. Maybe a bit more red, and a bit less luminance. Now yellow. To yellow, I like bringing it to the orange side a bit and saturate it a little bit and give it a little luminance. Now as you can see, the buildings and the trees on the right are all red, and I don't really want that. And Lightroom CC doesn't have selective editing that like the PC has, so unless you pay for it. So one way to fix this is to actually go to the orange tab and not do as much, maybe like that, Now the reds, I want them to be a bit on the orange side and saturate them a lot. Now the green, I don't actually want green in this photo, so I'm gonna bring the saturation all down and it all to the orange side. For the aqua color, all the way to the blue and saturate it a bit. You can see it doesn't make a very big difference, just there on the water. Now the blue is very important because it's the color of the sky and the river. So I'm gonna pull it to the aqua side. As you can see, this is a drastic approach to the blue. On the other side you get purple. You might dig this look. My girlfriend really likes this look. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep it there. -40 looks good. I'm gonna saturate it a bit, but just a tiny bit. No, actually not. I'm gonna take some saturation out so you can focus more on the building. And I'm gonna take some luminance out as well, so you can, like, if you go all out, it just gets this dramatic look. But be aware, if you're editing JPEGs or PNGs, like photo files and not raw files, you might get some color noise when you get too drastic with this editing. So if you're shooting on a camera like I am, try to edit raw. If you can't edit raw, just be more conservative with your edits. So I'm gonna take some luminance out like that. As you can see, look at the difference the photo already has. Bam, that's one hell of a difference. Going into color again, what I'm gonna do is take a bit saturation off, like -6 there. Also, this process is very much back and forth. You're always adding there, subtracting. One thing you must know is that when you add contrast, for example, you're also adding saturation, and when you're adding saturation, you're also adding a bit of contrast. So you gotta balance those out. Now for the effects. The effects tab is very tricky. The HSL tab and the effects tab are the ones that truly make the most difference in your editing style. So most people will tell you to bring clarity all the way. I personally have liked this look before, but don't like it too much anymore. So because it just looks too contrasty and the pixels get very blurry. +10 is like my maximum. I don't like going higher than +10, but normally I actually decrease clarity a bit. Just FYI, clarity is like contrast, but selective contrast. It's not the whole image. It's like just the sharper lines get contrast, if you know what I mean. I'm adding a bit of texture, and texture is also kind of contrast, but not really. You can see the difference in the water. It actually gets sharper, so I'm gonna add 20 on texture. And dehaze is also good for the sky. I'm gonna +7 on dehaze. Now, one thing you can also do, it's a bit hidden here on the corner, it's split toning. Split toning is actually pretty good. You can add colors specifically to the highlights or the shadows of the image. So if you go to the highlights and you, for example, add very saturated blue, you get this look. And if you go to the shadows and add like green, you get this look. Obviously this is not what we want. So what I'm actually gonna do is get to the shadows and add a bit of just a bit of saturation on the blue side, and on the highlights I'm gonna add a bit of orange. This is too much, yeah, right there, but it has too much blue, so I'm gonna take it out. Maybe more on the aqua side. You can see the hue, like 200 is a pretty good amount. It's a pretty good hue to add. Yeah, and I think that's it. One thing you can also do is to add sharpening, like 40 sharpening, but go use the masking like all the way to 90, so it doesn't affect the whole image, and just, as I said, it's like clarity, just sharpens out the sharper lines that the photo already has. It's not like boosting sharpness all around. That might look noisy and grainy. I don't like that look. Maybe you do. So my tip for you is to do what you like. Experiment with the settings. I showed you how I would edit this photo, but you can edit your photos the way you want, and practice. The more you do it, the more you'll know, and the more you'll learn and find different looks that might suit your style and the photos you like doing and posting on Instagram and stuff. So now the photo's done. You can see here before and after. This is before, after. So you click that's right button, go to your photo. It's there now. You click it again. Yeah, I know it's kind of repetitive, but Lightroom, I don't know, it just works that way. You click that button up there, export to camera roll, and it renders your photo to your camera roll, and you can post it afterwards. One thing I didn't mention is if you're shooting on your phone, your photo probably is already on that exact size, but you can also crop it here. In this folder you have all the different aspect ratios that photos usually have across different media. So you can do 9:16 if you're posting, if this is for a story on Instagram, and you can do 4:5 if you want, if this is a post, an actual post that is smaller, or you can even go square, that's 1:1. And you can also customize and play around with the crop. You do whatever you want. Yeah, but that's it. Our photo's exported, it's on our camera roll, and you can share it wherever you please. So guys, this is how our photos turned out. This was the before, and this is the after. Yeah, in my opinion, it looks really good. It looks miles better, and it's incredible to know that what I can do on my PC is almost replicated on my phone, and I can edit photos on the go. For example, when I went to London with my girlfriend, I edited all the photos that we posted during our stay there on the phone, on her phone, while we were commuting in the subway from place to place. So our phones nowadays are very powerful tools. I'm actually recording all my audio from my phone, and you can certainly optimize our workflows by knowing how to work with them faster and better. And I hope this video helped you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new from this. If you did, click the like button below, subscribe. Also leave a comment if you have any suggestion on tutorials or videos that you'd like to see from me. But yeah, that's been it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace.